Scotch lovers, it is Scotch for Dummies. Another Thursday night Scotch review. Today we are trying one of the most popular brands in the world, and specifically in Europe, Chivas Regal 12 year. This is by volume the largest Scotch brand in Europe and comparably volume-wise in the United States. 12 year Scotch Chivas is a blend. It runs around $25 to $30 a bottle in the U.S. at this time. And
it's pretty cheap.
It's a fairly inexpensive brand, a good way to get into Scotch if you like it. We have not done much work with Chivas. It is, like I said, it's a blend, but they have Scotches ranging from 12 year up to 25 year and prices through the roof. So tonight we're going to try their entry level 12 year, and let's see what we've got here, boys.
Alright, let's see what this is all about.
I can tell you right now, the color's good. It's got a nice,
Wow, yeah, it's pretty dark.
It's
I got
for
amber.
for a 12-year,
Yeah.
blend Scotch. It looks like they picked some decent stuff.
Lots of 12 year Scotches. We'll be in a green bottle, so it kind of covers the color a little bit. This one, they go full clear bottle.
So that's a good sign right there. That and the fact that so many people are drinking it. I mean, it can't be all bad if you got a ton of people,
Right?
So I was in
Granted, the price has some effect.
I was in France
Sure.
a few months ago, and one of the places I went to, they had Chivas Regal on, lined up with the Johnny Blacks and all those brands as well. So
Pick your poison.
clearly it's a good end brand.
Nice color.
So, I mean, it's not as dark as a few that we've had, but it's comparable to a lot of, color-wise, to a lot of different Scotches. It's got,
It smells good.
Good smell, good aroma.
Pretty harsh.
I get some, some sweet, some floral.
It is an 80 proof, 40% alcohol.
I smell alcohol. I think it smells kind of strong in alcohol. I gotta be honest, I didn't know anything about Chivas. What I did know, I thought was just a really cheap low-end Scotch, so I never wanted to get it, and I never, but after picking this bottle up and doing a little reading on it, I was actually really surprised to find out that it's...
I can say, being in the restaurant industry for a long time, this is usually, if you're ordering Scotch and soda or something like that, odds are good that that's probably, one of the ones that they're pouring. It's an inexpensive bottle.
It's actually pretty smooth.
It's very smooth.
You don't get alcohol bite. The
Bit of a sting, not much.
The flavor is clean. There's not much smoke, which is one of my favorites. The lingering actually lingers fairly well for a 12 year.
It is smooth.
Yeah.
It kind of reminds me of the blue that you brought back from Korea. Not to that extent. I'm not trying to throw it in the same ballpark there, but just in the fact of the lightness of it, smoothness.
Yeah. I think it's got a little bit more going for it than the blue.
Oh yeah,
And blue, we're talking Scotch blue, not Johnny Walker.
yeah,
Blue.
Yeah,
Very
Johnny
nice.
Walker Blue, different
stuff.
level entirely.
Absolutely.
But, it's for an entry-level Scotch, if you've not tried Scotch before, it's got a little bit of everything going on. I mean, it's a good entry-level one.
Not much complexity. So
No.
it's not a 18 year or some really good.
it's not going to shake it up, baby.
But it's not going to scare you off either. It's not super smoky or, there's nothing.
So what did you say was number one in Europe?
Yeah.
It's mellow and smooth.
sells tons of
It
stuff.
sparks my curiosity on the label. I
Interesting.
definitely want to go and
Right.
try, some of the other higher end labels, just as our years that they've got.
Just to give it a shot.
Yeah,
and say,
yeah, absolutely. And being the blend guy of the group, I didn't know a damn thing about this before you brought it to the group. So it shows you how novice I really am.
Keep going.
I would have to.
I'm the guy that starts it off
Yeah,
here.
you
are.
Yeah.
Wow, man, I haven't been on the freaking leadoff spot in a while, guys. Hang on a second.
But add a little drop of water to see if that changes it.
Pardon my French. I like it. I think it's smooth. I don't love it. I wouldn't throw it out of my bar. For the price, it's something I would have at home. Just to, yeah,
$25 for a
25,
bottle of
30 bucks.
This
you
is
can't
a
go
really
wrong with it.
nice. I mean, it's clean. It's
You're
just,
not going to feel guilty giving it to somebody who comes over, because it's a pretty easy
Yeah,
Scotch.
I mean,
You know what you compare it to though in the price range? That's
There's
Well,
nothing anywhere near this.
to put it in the same ballpark, let's say Johnny Walker Black
Right.
is 12-year blended Scotch. So I mean,
And what does
it's
that run?
and it's
35,
$35
Okay.
a bottle. So
That's not-
it's 12-year blended Scotch, and it's a little bit cheaper than Johnny Black. So you know, I mean, if you want to compare it, now this doesn't have the smokiness.
No.
of
No,
Johnny Walker,
so
but
I think
it's
if you're
trying
going
to.
for a smoother taste, this is the one. If you're going for a little bit of
Right.
smoke or a little bit more of a, I don't want to say scotchy flavor because this has Scotch profile also, but a smokier
Smells
profile, you
great,
can go
yeah.
for the black and get
It
it.
helps.
But I think both of them are worth trying at least. You know, they've got, there's definitely different flavor profiles that they're going
Yeah,
for.
so there are some scotches that,
Oh,
in the lower price point, that
wow.
you would theoretically give to a friend because you don't want it, but this one you don't have to be ashamed to give. This is a nice intro.
Put a drop of water
Yeah.
on it, it opens the
It's,
aroma
it's a
up
little
big
sweeter.
time.
It's a
I
little,
mean,
yeah,
I could see with some
Not quite as harsh.
maybe even some
No, much
rocks on
sweeter,
this could
actually.
just be
yeah, rocks would be good. on
just a
this
few
one.
cool
If
it
you
off
like-
a little.
Mhm.
This could be a real tasty glass.
Well, and you know what? I can see where people put a splash of water or a splash of soda on here just to kind of
All right,
It-
so
thin it down a little bit.
changes
It
it.
Right.
does change the flavor profile.
I was going to start off lead here with a 1.5. I put a small drop. I don't have much Scotch in the glass. Small drop on it. Swirled it around, let it open it up, and I'm going to give it a 2.
Really?
It opened it up. To me, it's the aroma is better. The flavor is better.
Huh.
It doesn't get any more harsh or any less. It doesn't lose any flavor. It changes it a little bit, and
Yeah.
it's more enjoyable to me. And then that's what I've always said. I'm not afraid to put a rock, water, whatever makes it enjoyable to you. You're the one
Yep.
drinking it, right?
True enough.
So, a question for you. You had this and the Johnny Walker Black. Which one would you pick?
It depends on the mood. I'm a complete mood guy. I like tons of different flavors, but you know, black's my staple. That's my fallback. I mean, when I'm in doubt, I get out the black.
But
It's-
they're close enough where they're enjoyable, not like huge difference. in their taste.
Yeah.
Price-wise, I think they're comparable. I think I'm with you. I think it's what you're in the mood for. If you're, you know, this is a little bit lighter, sweeter Scotch versus the black, which is a little bit smokier,
Yeah.
a little bit heavier, not much.
Yeah.
You know, but they're both good. They're just a different style. You know, I mean, the blend, obviously, they're going for a different flavor profile on the one and the other. I was with you. I was going to give it a 1.5. But for the price and the smoothness and everything else, I'm gonna say 2. Just because for $30, $25 for a bottle,
This
and
is a really good value.
I'm with you. I wouldn't
me,
feel
I-
ashamed giving a glass of this
No
to
way.
somebody.
You are the sausage king of Chicago.
Can't take you anywhere. Tell you, this is not bad at all. I like it. It's the water. I think really opens it up a little sweeter. To me, this have a little bit of alcohol bite to it, but it's smooth. It doesn't last too long, but long enough to make you enjoy it. It's great price point. I definitely would drink this. You know, anytime you offer it up. So I'm gonna go 1.5. I think it's almost a 2, but I'm gonna stay 1.5 for this one.
Respectable.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Round us out.
I'm gonna give this a 2, a strong 2, because number one, I'm a
It's
guy
not even
that
smoky.
well, and see the reason is, yeah, okay, so yeah, that's a good point. So I would tend to.
We're talking him out of his review. My bad.
Wait a minute,
I'm
hold
still
on.
giving it a 2
Brain
because
reset.
the value there is really good. It's a good glass. It's not as complex as some of the 18s or some of the really aged and advanced blends, but for $25 a bottle, it's a great glass of Scotch. I would drink this. I tend to prefer some more smoke, so that's why I'm not giving it more than a 2 for the value. But I'm actually more impressed by this than I was expecting to be.
So this
There
is
you have it.
3 2s and a 1.5. Do your math. We're
It's a
drinking.
2. 2.
I guess we'll go 2 in this one.
Two finger pour.
There you go.
For the price, go buy it, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Don't even think about it. Go.
Cheers.
Already finished,
Cheers,
boys. Cheers. Thanks for watching, folks.